be working on you today. How dirty it is. Change for the Civic. Good morning. How is it going, guys? I am actually on my way to go pick up a muffler, a Megan Racing muffler, and the reason why I'm picking it up is because I have found out that past the cat there's like some stock pipe and then like some added pipe, so I'm just gonna cut all of that from the cat back and then just throw straight pipe and then add this muffler, because at this point the car sounds like shit. I've already talked about this and I need to fix it, and I want to have a different, cleaner sound. And I know that Megan Racing is like, please don't get offended by anybody who has this exhaust or this muffler system, but is on the lower end, where I wanted kind of a Tuxedo or even like a Apexy Skunk 2 even exhaust system. But I think that that'll come, and I don't necessarily need to force it right now. I just need something that's going to clean up the sound of my car so that I don't attract unwanted attention, unattracted attention, please. So let's go ahead and do that. Today we're also going to do an oil change on the hatchback, and on the hatchback, and I'm also going to try to burn this gasoline so that we can add the Royal Purple fuel injector cleaner, the Max whatever it's called, to the car so that we could get our car beginning, because I think it's going to take like 2 or 3 cycles to clean the fuel injectors, beginning to see if we can see a difference. Otherwise we're going to have to change the fuel injectors. So here I am on my way to go meet up with this dude from OfferUp to get this exhaust or this muffler. I mean, it's technically a muffler, but I call it an exhaust. So let's go pull some money from the bank, if we have any. Trying to figure out which way to best go, but we are on our way to see my brother. Yo, what's up everybody? Let me show you what we're gonna be doing today. See what else I got in the bag of goodies. And we gotta run the gas down to get this in. So join me today as on our project car we do our oil change. So I'm already ready to start the oil change, and I think the one thing that you gotta remember is that every oil change is basically the same for Honda, Acura, Nissans, Toyotas. It's a bolt, the filter, and then fill it up. When you get into like the BMW German cars, then it gets a little bit more tricky, where there's a lot more gaskets that you have to replace. But in this circumstance, all it is that I'm trying to do is get some new fresh oil in here, besides the fact that this oil is overflowing way past full. So I want to take care of that issue before I start seeing black smoke come from the car. Just looking under here though, there's all kinds of nasty stuff. So I'm gonna just take my time, let the oil fall out, and hopefully everything will be perfect when I'm done. Yo, what's up everybody? So I'm right here at AutoZone and I have to get some throttle body cleaner because like I said, we're gonna go back to the basics. So we're gonna start with some fuel injector cleaner and some throttle body cleaner to see if that takes care of the problems. Maybe there's too much gunk built up in the injectors and in the throttle body that's making them stick or get stuck or not move or spray the way that they're supposed to. So back to the basics it is, and I already have the oil change done, which you were able to see. I know that I didn't really go into like how to do the oil change or break down anything specific, but it's so simple to do an oil change on a Honda. It just felt like the Jetta gave a better detail to what it is that you must do in order to be safe and do the oil change on your car. So now I'm going to go back and do the throttle body cleaning, and then also focus on running out that gas so I can use that fuel injector cleaner. All right, see if I can get all that to go away. So here's what we know. I completed the oil change, so now I have brand new oil and a brand new filter because it needed it. Again, remember the tune-up, I said that I wanted to do 100% tune-up. Now that's done. The other thing that I noticed while I was doing it is that, all right, cool, I need to do the throttle position sensor replacement, right? And potentially the fuel injector, so we're gonna start with the cleaners. So I'm gonna start with the fuel injector cleaner. We're gonna do 2 full tanks with product, and if it doesn't work, then we're gonna replace the fuel injectors. If it does work, it does help, then I know that they're just backed up. Maybe they were dried out, I have no idea, but we're gonna do our best to try to fix it the long way instead of just changing to the fuel injectors if I don't need them. I don't wanna invest any more money in that amount to this car if it ain't for rims and the suspension. Second thing, I also cleaned the throttle body with the spray, a CNC spray. I noticed so much gunk and nasty shit that was on there, so I was glad that I cleaned it. That's where I'm at now. So now I'm about to start my car for the first time since I've done the oil change and cleaned the throttle body. However, while I was cleaning the throttle body, I noticed that the cable is loose. So I'm also noticing or thinking about it like this, is that they changed the intake manifold, and the throttle body, not the throttle body, the throttle cable is probably loose because it's not even on the track that it should be. It's kind of just looped around and zip tied on, and that's when I was like, oh shit, I can't believe I didn't notice this before. And it was super loose. It had at least an inch of play, like maybe it's less than an inch, but it had an inch of play. Potentially that could be causing my car problems. So what I'm gonna do, what I started to do, there's 2 screws to the throttle body. There's one that's closer to the actual throttle body, and then there's one that's closer to the intake manifold. That would be the second one, right? So if I am looking at it like this is number 1, this is closest to the throttle body, and this is number 2, this is closest to the, so it's about like that far apart right now, and it should be tightened on there, but it should be to where it needs to be. So I left number 1 where it's at because my car idles right, and it does pretty good, right? So I'm trying to see where the second one needs to be. I'm gonna tighten it and keep it and see what happens. All right, so let's see my first start to see if it makes any kind of difference, or if I hear any kind of difference, or if I feel any kind of difference on my car. Hopefully it doesn't blow up, right? That's the throttle body cable. How high RPM? So I need to loosen the cable. So I finally have my glasses back on because I finally got them back from my brother, and I am about to wash the hatchback for the very first time, and I think I'm going to enjoy this. I don't have the GoPro to actually time lapse, and I don't actually want to get the camera too close, because the last time I got too close was I think when Daniel Soros WRX, the dude that I met with, damn it, either way, I don't want that shit to happen again. So here we are at the car wash. Let's see what I